channel is SneakyV, and I got some more pickups for everybody. So, first game I have, Wonders of Ys 3 for the Super Nintendo. Label's in good condition. Back label not so much, but that's not a big deal. I could just swap it out some sports game I have. Yeah, it would have been nice if this label was intact. Yeah, I'll show you some gameplay later of this game. The second Super Nintendo game I actually is Shadowrun. It's by Data East. And this game's pretty cool actually. First time I played this game was on an emulator in high school. And the Genesis version is actually a totally different game, so that one's also worth picking up. So this one, I got this one really cheap compared to what's selling now on like eBay. You can see the label's like really damaged here, so I put some tape there just to keep it on there. And I'm not too picky about if the labels are in good condition or not, as long as I can play the games. So maybe down the road I could get a cheaper copy, or with the label intact. Like, look at this one, the label's intact on that side. So yeah, these are two polar opposites when it comes to labels. Yeah, these two Super Nintendo games. So this one, yeah, I got this one back in February. I just didn't do a video on it, and there's not too many pickups happening right now with the way things are with the coronavirus. So I thought I'd just pull this one out and yeah, just show this one off. I got it off of eBay, and yeah, I got it for a good price. You can see Data East symbols on the actual logo here, and then it's off to the side where it's normally sitting. Yeah, so I'll show you gameplay of that. And the third game I got, here's God of War. I got this one off of Amazon, not eBay. And this one was like messed up big time. It's like I don't know if you could see it there, but it's like they stepped on it, and they twisted and hold on, it's auto-focusing my camera, but yeah, like looks like the guy just totally stepped on it wherever they shipped this out from, and yeah, the seal's all busted up. So I decided to order like another copy, a replacement copy off of Amazon. This God of War for the PlayStation 4. Yeah, I don't even want to open this up to see if the disc is damaged or not. They sent me another copy like 2 days later, which is insanely fast. Never got something that fast from Amazon, especially when things are kind of slowed down right now with the shipping couriers. They shipped this out on the weekend, assuming that they messed up this copy. Assume it's the same guy that handled the package that stepped on it and damaged it. You know, I lucked out with that one, I guess. Here's the other copy that they sent me. This one's in good condition. So yeah, I gotta send the God of War back now. I haven't had the time to just go mail that out. So yeah, here's the good copy. And that's it for my pickup, so I'm going to shoot some gameplay now. So here's Shadowrun for the Super Nintendo. Show you some gameplay of that.
Just loading up Shadowrun, and you'll see it's set in 2050. This game's sort of like Blade Runner, the movie, if you ever watched that movie. And you'll see here, it's pretty cool. So you start off and there's two corners that put you inside a morgue. I find this scene of the game funny to start off with, that's why I wanted to show you it. And then you wake up inside the morgue. So as the main character, I'm just going around and I'm checking everything. You have to do this throughout the game. So you go around as the main character and you gotta check your surroundings. And you gotta pick up items sort of like Resident Evil. And these items can help you in different places. It's really hard to describe this game. I would say it's more of an RPG type of game. It's described on Wikipedia as tabletop role-playing game. It's kind of weird. I haven't heard a Super Nintendo game being referred to as a tabletop role-playing game before. Monopoly's on the Super Nintendo, but it's just a tabletop game. It's not a tabletop or role-playing game. It doesn't really matter what you want to refer to Shadowrun as. If I have to label Shadowrun anything, label it the Blade Runner for Super Nintendo. This game doesn't take itself very seriously. It's a little lighthearted here or there. So you just scared the two corners. We'll have to see if there's more lighthearted comedy in the game like that.
So here's these three. I'll show you guys these three.
I know I did. Ys from my initial impression has a great presentation with opening animation, but sort of lacks in the visuals area compared to a adventure game like Shadowrun. I can't say if the story is better or worse than a game like Shadowrun because I've yet to play and beat both fully. One thing that's noticeably a hindrance is the cropped border that's in the gameplay and the tiny game sprites. It doesn't show the graphics are consistent with the game's high quality intro, but it might have been a trade-off decision from Neon Falcom to keep the cost of the game cartridge lower when designing the game to fit the Super Nintendo. It's unfortunately because the game doesn't really take advantage of the 16-bit hardware that the Super Nintendo has by scaling down the graphics of the game. At the time, had I played this in the 90s, as a kid I would have been disappointed with the way this game looked. It looks like an NES game as opposed to an SNES game. I sped up the gameplay in order to shorten the point of me describing this game to y'all. But you start off as an adventurer, goes into a village to realize people have gone missing. You should speak to as many people as you can in the village in order to find out what's going on and where to get armor and weapons. You can only buy the lowest shield, armor, and sword to start off with, and you need to obtain it first before you leave town to go find the missing villager. The game is very unforgiving and you need to replenish your health constantly as you don't have any lives once you get game over. You have to start all over again. I can see the faults in Ys 3 and why it's a cheap game today for the Super Nintendo. For English speakers and being the first Super Nintendo game at the time, it might have turned people off to the Ys series. Unfortunately, I don't have any God of War video footage. Since my focus of this video, I wanted to be more on the older games. I hope this gave you a good idea of what Shadowrun and Ys is like. Both Super Nintendo games are worth the price of what they're going for right now used. I could definitely recommend Shadowrun to anyone looking for something unique and different on the Super Nintendo. Ys 3 is still worth a try as it sells for only $20 or less. Thank you for watching my video and don't forget to share and subscribe. SneakyV signing off.